All right, so I decided I'm gonna probably take for the rest of this build. I'm gonna take bite-sized videos. I'm gonna keep them at 15 minutes or less, so that way it's easier for you guys to track. Take them at a little piece at a time. Try and get to a good stopping point and let it go. What I'm gonna do right now is just gonna put the pistons on the rods, and so that way I can get ready to drop these in the in their holes, and get ready to make the marks so that way I can start cutting at that block. Real quick though, I bust out the calculator, goddamn fucking scale, just because I wanted you guys to get a quick look at the wrist pins. 82.9. 82.8. 82.8. 82.8. Almost perfect. It's pretty cool. Yeah, say what you want about YCP, but their shit's pretty on point. All right, a real quick rundown of just the Vitara piston itself. And just to get a closer look at this. One of you guys hit me up today. Name slips my mind at the moment. I have to dig through my messages again. Somebody I've been talking to off and on recently. Guy picked up Eagle rods and some used Nippon Racing Vitaras. And it actually looks a whole lot like a stock Z6 piston. It looks like, from the design of the piston and what it looks like a cast replacement, like a NPR type deal, like not a Nippon Racing, just a regular cast replacement. One of these things that you can get as a dead giveaway on these Vitaras is how deep the dish is, guys. These Vitaras rock really low compression. It drops down single cam without the extended rods or whatnot. It drops your single cam's compression down to 7.5 or 7.8, one of the two. So you're gonna have that deep ass dish for one. All right, another thing too. There's one thing you'll notice. For a lot of you guys, you know, for you're familiar with engines, you know, like the quench pads, the valve release, right? The quench pads, the bigger quench pad, are the intake side. And no, if you're facing the engine, the intake side is here. All right. Now notice that the arrow is pointing the wrong way, right? You know that the intake side is supposed to be on this side. The arrow is supposed to point towards timing. Now, this isn't the whole point of the Vitara engine. The original Vitara Suzuki engine comes into play because, like the K series, it's a transverse engine. It faces the other way. The exhaust faces the rear end of the car, and the intake faces the front. So that's why you get that flippy floppy there. So now with the Vitaras, so now I know the thing is everybody's like, oh, the arrow points to timing, the arrow points to timing. That's the biggest basic thing to know. So that's why everybody always, or a lot of people make the mistake of putting these in. The very first time I put my Vitara build together and I advertised it on Facebook, I had some guys like, you put the pistons in backwards. And no, this is the proper way to do it. This is the proper way to do it with the arrow facing the other direction, because the quench pads, the bigger quench pads, needs to face the intake side, and also it helps with that valve flap that you guys hear a lot about with Vitaras. All right, now I'm pretty sure I've already done like a walkthrough before on how to do or how to slide these things into place, and I think with the K series, it was the rounded C clips. There's 3 different versions of these clips. I think there's only 3. There's these kinds with the ones that you actually use the C clip rings for, or pliers for. There's these kinds. There's the one that's just a solid bar shaped like a C. There's that one that I'm not the fondest of, but I've gotten used to. And then the one I hate the most, the spiral ones, which is the ones like you pull apart and there's like an accordion. But there's a trick to those. There's a trick to those too. There's it's just, you know, getting used to working with things, and then you'll work your way around it. You'll find ways to make it easier. Like I bought these getting ready for my first forged build, and the very first forged build I did, I think, was the Nippon Racing for that B16, and I'm pretty sure they came with spiral clips. Pretty sure. So what you do is you work it in. You work it in place, and then once the further you get the ring in, like the more of a bitch it becomes to get in there. So what I found I like to do is just to get a pair of pliers, grab the tip, and then like just work it in like that. I guess the one day, if Nippon Racing is the ones that come with it, then when I go to start building that block, then you'll see it then. Anyway, just talk about that real quick. All right. Alright, so for you guys that haven't watched my shit before, this is the tangs are the exhaust side, the other side is the intake. So exhaust, intake. This is what we're looking at. Oh, no. Here we go. Alrighty. Anyway, before I load up the piston there. And you can, I don't know if you can see it on camera or whatnot, but it seems maybe like, yeah, you can see like little smudges or whatnot. It's a little bit of sticky residue from the packaging. I've had these pistons for like almost 2 years now, if not 2 years. So they kind of got gooeyed up. And before I actually drop rings in them, or drop rings on them to make it, to officially put them in there, I want to get like I'm going to get some like soapy water with some paper towels. Just kind of like dab and scrub at it real quick to get that off there. Not that I think it's going to hurt anything, just because I don't want it on there. No foreign contaminants. Alright, so before you try to drop a wristband on there or anything, let me see. Alright, see, it's not complete. I don't know, you can't see. It's not completely seated in here. You see, I kind of like overshot it a little bit. No big deal. Well, I was going to push it in. Let me see, just lift it back up. A little bit more of a pain in the ass to do this on camera. I'm doing it on camera and you can't even fucking see because the angle is retarded. Alright. Alright, so it's being a stubborn cockhead. It won't line up there properly. It's still a little bit off, so let's go. Use this real quick. See? Hear that click? And now it's seated. Yep. Alright. That's how I was a lot more cooperative. And I guess this is because the wristband was already sitting in there, so it didn't really give it much option of where to go. So, one complete rod down. I snatched the wristband from the wrong one. No, we must have order. I think now that we get the gist of it, I'm gonna try and do this a little quicker. Yeah, much faster when you're not trying to film at the same time you're doing it. Oh, Jesus, for the love of God. Oh, yeah, I set that one flying. Fucking A. Make sure you have a good grip on it. See what happened is the fucking shit backed off. Yeah, let me just do it like that. I won't be able to see directly, but at least you guys will be able to keep track of what I'm actually doing here. Ugh. Praise sweet baby Jesus. I got like a mountain of boxes over here. If I fucking launch it back behind there, it's gonna take me forever to get it back. That'll make me want to upset some of a biatch. And you can still use, I don't know, maybe you just saw what I did. You can still double up the pin to make sure it's seated. I'll go ahead and tighten up these real quick and check the tightness. I don't know here how well you can see that, but you see how there's like the dull side, and then there's like that dark rounded side. It's kind of like a washer. Ah, fuck it, I can't zoom in on it because I'm fighting with the brightness from the rod. Whatever. Anyway, it's kind of like if you buy a new washer or whatnot, you can see that like there's that flat machine side, and then there's a side of the washer that's rounded off. I always like to put the flush side on against whatever is going to be pressing against it. I don't know. It's just kind of like a thing, man. I wouldn't say like, you know, like everybody has kind of like their own little ticks that they do things. I guess that's a tick of mine. Oh, you fuck. There we go. Boy, 14 minutes. We are approaching the mark. Yeah, see, he's starting to get loose again. Sneaky fucker. You embarrass me, pliers. Alright, so I was saying on the video that you're watching right now, the reason why I uploaded it late is because I realized that I was going to need to edit it on the computer, and I wouldn't be able to put the finished product up because I wouldn't be able to upload it back from my phone. So I had to wait for the internet to come back from that. And once again, I wasn't even 100% sure that you guys were really going to watch that. So I got the internet back. The internet got fixed today. They told us it was going to take 3 days. It didn't take 3 days. So yeah, so I can do my uploads again from the computer. Yay. I miss my desk so much. Alright. So 1528. Alright, so got done pretty much what I wanted to get done for right now. And talked about some stuff and showed you some stuff. And now I guess it's really just get ready to mark up the block for the cutting. We'll see how far I get into that. Yeah, so if you're just finding this channel somehow through this, just know this is a whole process. I'm doing this whole Vitara build for this engine. So yeah, check out the other videos. And if you got any questions, the social media links are in the description below. If you got a question you want to ask, you don't need to ask permission to ask the question. Just ask me the question and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And peace. Thanks for watching.